As homeowners investigate on what type of heating and cooling system to install in their house, they consider heat pumps as well. And they are surprised when the quotes for heat pumps come in and it's significantly higher than the average air conditioner cost. In this video, I'll be talking about heat pumps return on investment. And while I think the life cycle cost saving is enough to make up for the higher upfront costs. Welcome to my channel. For my returning subscribers, I'm happy to have you back with me. And if this is the first time you are here, thank you for tuning in. The upfront cost of heat pumps is high. However, the benefit you would receive outweigh what the initial investment cost is. In this video, I'll be breaking down the two types of benefits into the financial return on investment and the environmental or the sustainability return you get from installing an heat pump in your house. For financial return on investment, as homeowners, we always want something that will save us money. But sometimes it might be counterintuitive. When you are trying to save money, it doesn't make sense when something is costing you more. However, in the case of an heat pump, the annual energy savings would quickly stack up, especially if you'll be living in the house for a few years. Heat pumps can deliver 1.5 to 3 times the heat energy than the electrical energy they consume. In many places, the cost of electricity is going up. And if you have something that gives you almost 3 times of the unit of electricity they consume, that means you wouldn't need as much electricity in order to run your heat pump. While the upfront cost of installing a heat pump might be higher than the traditional system, the lower energy bills over time will offset this initial investment. If you want to hear more about comparison between heat pump and ACs, you can check out my video on ACs versus heat pump. The first point to talk about under the financial return on investment is the annual energy savings. Because heat pumps can deliver up to 1.5 to 3 times the heat energy than the electrical energy they consume. At the end of the year, by the time you tally how much utility you have used or your energy requirement, the energy requirement to heat your house or to cool your house is significantly lower with an heat pump compared to an AC. While the upfront cost of installing an heat pump can be higher than traditional system, the lower energy requirement of the house will offset this initial investment, especially if the unit cost of electricity in the area you live is high. That means the savings would stack up even faster. That takes us to the second financial return, which is the lower utility bills. If you have a lower energy demand, then you have a lower utility bill. Lower utility bill means lower cost of running your house on a monthly basis. Once you have paid for your heat pump once and for all, then you will get to enjoy the lower utility bills monthly. These savings stack up as well. Sometimes it makes sense to invest in something that might be higher cost initially but be lower to run. Which takes me to the third point, because there is potential for incentives and rebates when you install an heat pump. It's higher upfront cost, but if your area, if the government and utility company are offering incentives, rebate or tax credits for installing energy efficient heat pump systems, those incentives can significantly reduce the upfront cost. For example, in Canada, the federal government is offering up to $5,000 for home energy efficient upgrade, and heat pumps falls under this category. In many cases, the difference between an AC and an heat pump is usually way less than $5,000, usually around the $1,500 to $2,500 mark. So if you are able to get $5,000 off the cost of your heat pump, if you haven't used it for other home energy efficiency upgrade, then you are actually going to end up paying less for the heat pump than you would have if you have bought an AC. The reason why this government rebate is in place is because your heat pump is also supposed to heat your house during the winter, in addition to cooling it during summer. So investing in an heat pump means you have a system that you can use for many more months in the year. Other areas also have interest-free financing. Also in Canada, there is the $40,000 interest-free loan that the government has in place for energy efficiency upgrades. Instead of installing an AC and paying interest on it, if you have an heat pump installed, this interest-free financing will help you, because that means you get to spread the cost of whatever energy efficiency upgrade you are making in your house and get to pay the cost gradually over time. The fourth point I'll be discussing under the financial savings is lower maintenance cost. As homeowners, whenever maintenance cost is lower, that is money in our pocket or money not out of our pocket. Heat pumps typically require less maintenance compared to combustion-based heating systems. You still have to have filter changes and inspect your system annually. You can learn more in my video on how to improve the energy efficiency of your heat pumps. The fifth point I'll be discussing is the system's expected lifespan. This is really important, especially if you'll be in your house for a long time. Heat pumps generally have a longer lifespan than traditional heating and cooling system. With proper maintenance, a well-installed heat pump can last between 15 or 20 years and sometimes more. That is fantastic. So installing one heat pump could potentially last you while you could have replaced an AC twice within that same time period. So considering that, that is significant saving compared to the upfront cost you are adding in now. The sixth point I will be talking about is an increase in the home value. Any energy efficiency upgrades always increase home value. Heat pumps increase the resale value of your home because many new home buyers are beginning to understand the benefit of having lower energy requirement and lower utility by having a heat pump installed in their house. So having that in the home would make it attractive to homeowners, especially energy conscious ones. Everybody is looking for ways that their house is not going to take much from them and be comfortable for years to come. Potential home buyers often appreciate the lower utility bill and the environmental benefit associated with efficient heating and cooling systems in the house. So you will have more interest in your house, and people are more aware that heat pumps last longer. So this wouldn't be something they will need to replace quickly, immediately after buying the house. So it's always a plus. The seventh point I would be talking about is the functionality and comfort. Heat pumps effectively heat all areas of the home evenly because it pumps heat out of the house. When it's cooling it, it's pumping the heat out. So it's going to have a longer running time. So the air in the house gets circulated more. As it pumps the hot air out, cool air gets to come in, and everything is done evenly. And usually heat pumps have less noise. So if your heat pump is going to be installed close to the house or next to a window, because it has lower decibel of sound coming from heat, it doesn't bother. So it's something that improves the comfort of the people living in the house. For environmentally conscious homeowners, I'll be talking about the environmental return on investment of installing heat pumps in your house. Heat pumps contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions compared to fossil fuel-based heating system, which is great for sustainability, and hence why many government and sustainability organizations are sponsoring and providing interest-free loans to encourage more people to install this. So in addition to the energy efficiency that the heat pumps deliver to you, because they have a higher efficiency coefficient, it's usually called COP for those who are technical, heat pump delivers between 2.5 to 5, which is very great for the environment. Anytime you see an energy efficiency rating for items and you're looking at this coefficients, like heat pump ranks high up there. Heat pumps also reduces greenhouse gas emissions indirectly because it relies on electricity, And electricity can be gotten from either fossil fuel or from renewable energy. Because you already have something that works with electricity to heat and cool, then that makes it compatible with energy that is generated from renewable source. If you have heat pump in your house and you now install solar or residential wind, then it's a win-win. That way you are getting more environmental benefits because the electricity you are generating in your home is from renewable source, and now you are powering your heating and your cooling system using the heat pumps, which uses a renewable energy source. If you are using gas or propane heating systems, those are not renewable. Another environmental benefit of heat pumps, by environmental in this regard I mean your home environment, is that heat pumps can help improve the indoor air quality because it eliminates the combustion related pollutant that can come into the house from incomplete combustion of fossil fuel based heating system, like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, that are associated with some traditional heating system. So apart from it being good for the planet Earth, the environment generally, heat pumps are also good for the environment in your home. If you have any other environmental or financial benefits that you've read about heat pumps or that you've noticed as an homeowner who have installed a heat pump, please feel free to put it in the comment section and we can chat about this. Thank you for joining me on my channel today, and I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.